Julie from Spend Less Craft More, and today I wanted to show you how I store my flat embellishments and alphabets. I've still got a box with a few things that needed to be put away, so I thought I'd show you quickly how I sort them and then how I store them. So starting at the top, this is a Cocoa Vanilla Hello Lovely embellishment pack. Now sometimes I don't feel the need to scrapbook by collection, so I don't feel like I need to use all these together on a kit. I like to spread things out a bit. So sometimes if I get a pack like this, I might just rip it apart straight away, and generally I store by colour. I do my words a bit separately, but often what I do, and what I've done with another Cocoa Vanilla collection like this, is I might put that in a kit first, use what I use and put it away then. Here we've got some little pages from 6-inch papers which are cut aparts. I find that it's I'm much more likely to use them if I literally cut everything apart, and again I'll show you how I store them in a minute, but I'm much more likely to use them, and it is a bit of work. So right now you can see I've got quite a few sitting here waiting for me to cut up, so I'll do those all together. These ones here are from, I think, a Kaiser Craft. They are little punch out ones, so again I'll punch all those out and I'll show you how I store them. The rub-ons, I've obviously used quite a few of those. It needs to go away. I do keep rub-ons together purely for the fact that, as we know, they're a little bit more fiddly, so they'll just go back into my folder. They'll go in white, even though they're mistables. These are mistable, Studio Calico mistable butterfly, so they'll go in white. I do have quite a few white die cuts and things, and I know I can colour them, but that's where they'll go. Now, okay, so labels, I do find, again, I'm much more likely to use them if they're literally just cut apart like that and stored blue in blue, etc, etc. I tend to just be able to see that individual colour better than if it's all together on a label sheet. Again, there's a lot here. I'm more likely to use them when they're separate, but because we've got things like days of the week there and just such a lot, I'll just wait for that to go in a kit. So I'll keep that out for now, use it in a kit and then separate it all up. I've got quite a few of these alphabet type sheets, so I'll literally cut that apart and store each one separately. And those tiny little stickers down the bottom, there's not so many of them that I don't feel like I can cut those apart and store them all. These ones, again, I'll cut the alphabets apart. This is I Am from Simple Stories. I'll keep these together for now because it's just so fiddly cutting apart those stickers when they're so close together. Probably use them in a kit, then divide them up after that. This one I have started using in the earlier counterfeit kit. You can see I've used the border stickers already, but cut the alphabets apart. Probably keep the words together. It's a boy themed kit, so keep the words together and see how we go with those. Again, ideally I'd cut each individual piece apart, but they're so close together. Okay, so with ones like this, which is a Photo Freedom from Echo Park, it is journaling cards on both sides. Sometimes when I get a sheet with journaling cards, I'll keep it if the back is a pattern paper that I like. But in this case, it's all cards, so there's no point not cutting them up. I'm more likely to use them if I cut them up, and I'll store them according to the colour of whichever side that I like better. This one here, probably not too much work actually to cut that up all into strips, so I'll store my border strips appropriately, etc, etc. This is the box that I store my alphabets in. It's not very pretty. When I'm finished my spending freeze, I might treat myself to a prettier basket, but for the time being it works. So in here I've got all my alphabets. I know some of you would have more stickers than would fit in a box like this, but this is what I've got, and they're usually I order in colour, but in this case I've ordered in size. That idea comes from Tiffany Spalding, who's here on YouTube. The idea being that when you're putting together a page and you know what title you want, you've got a bit of an idea of how much space there is on the page that you need to fill. You've got an idea of whether you want big letters, little letters, a combination of both. So you can flick through little letters at the beginning and they'll gradually get bigger. They're not in perfect order at the moment, but that's okay. So these ones that I cut out earlier, that one fits in there nicely, so we'll go in there. This one's a little bit bigger. So you can see it's just quite easy to flick through and see what I've got. That one probably wants to go in about here. And that one can go in there with those guys. So you get the idea. So that's my alphabets. So this folder is where I store my flat embellishments. You can see it's just a 3-ring binder, just a scrapbook album. You can see it's stuffed at the seams. Now I know lots of you wouldn't fit all your flat embellishments in something like this, but my goal as part of my spending freeze is to get this back into a state where it will close nicely. So first I have to put some extra stuff into it and then work on bringing stuff out. Now what I mean by flat embellishments is stickers, it's tags, it's die cuts, it's homemade die cuts, it's journaling cards, sometimes it's even, this is a clothing tag, so sometimes even clothing tags fit in there. So I'll have a quick flick through and I'll show you. So these are more themed word stickers that came from those sheets I showed you. They're going right in the front. These are my themed words. So when I do maybe make a kit that's relevant, they're nice and close to the front to help me remember to pull those out. After the words comes more words. Well, now it's words, but they're kind of in alphabetical. Now we've got words, but they're still words, but they're in colour order. So you can see we've gone through our neutrals, red, yellow, green, blue. You get the idea. And now I'm just sorting again in colour. So first I've got my clears, my vellums, if you can sort of see that. This is mainly at the beginning. You can see it's my homemade die cuts that I haven't used. I've got doilies in the white, and I'm looking for somewhere to put my butterflies. I'm actually going to pull him out because that will work in the kit I'm using at the moment, and the butterflies can go in there. Now I'm just going to quickly, so as not to bore you, put away the red things that I've cut out. So let's just flick through white, through to brown, through to red. So you can see those postcards, they were from a pattern paper. They've been cut up. There's various, that's a clothing tag as well there, different tags in there in the browns, but we're going to find the red. Here we go. So at the beginning I've got a couple of border stickers. This is where I've got a few little tags, so that's where all these guys are going to go. Probably all of those actually. Just tuck into there. And then these labels. And let's see. Oh yep, we've got a spot for labels up there already. And there's another label there. Okay, so we'll pop him in here with those labels, so you get the idea. So that's how it works right through the colour spectrum. Then at the back, if I really can't decide, so as you can see I store by colour, but if I really can't decide what colour, then we go back into some multicolours at the end. And right at the very end I've got my paper strips. So all those label strips at the bottom, every time you just cut a little bit back, I can't throw them away, so this is where they end up. This is actually just a page protector which I've sewn an extra half at the front, and then I've sewn down in threes. So you can see they're all again divided by colour, so I can just quickly look in here if I want some strips. The other thing worth mentioning about this album is that it is a mix of just clear sleeves, like A4 sleeves like this one, homemade pocket protectors from A4 clear sleeves like this one. It's just I've sewn that and cut the slits, and of course the purchased project lifestyle divided pages. So I hope that you found that useful in thinking about your own storage solutions. I personally find that being able to see everything in one flick through is makes it so much more likely that I'm actually going to use it. Thank you again for visiting my channel, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye bye.